go because they need to please do something about Street Fighter 6. This feels like it's been guest character 101, and we really need more Street Fighter characters. Since they start, they have been nothing but forgetting what made them Street Fighter.
It's like if you look back at each of the covers that has been implemented for Street Fighter, going back to Street Fighter 1, which wasn't released, but Street Fighter 2. If you look
Yeah,
at the characters that's on the covers, I mean, you highlighted Chun Li and Blanca for Street Fighter 2 for the SNES. You
yeah,
highlighted uh, Guile and Bison on the Sega Genesis cover. It's
yeah,
like, look at your pattern of characters outside of the new characters that was implemented in the games. And you got to ask yourself this question: where has Capcom gone as far as the overall development of Street Fighter as a whole to basically give that character, that your most loved characters, the respect that they deserve?
yeah. It feels very much hollow because it feels like you're trying to promote a cross game instead of what makes you Street Fighter.
Exactly. And like,
And
this is where you got to ask yourself this question, Capcom. When you hear your fan base asking for certain characters like Sakura, Dan, and so many other characters that's been in the franchise for quite some time, why are y'all diverting from the fan base that's asking y'all for these characters? And these are fans that literally come to your events and support y'all through thick and thin,
right,
but we don't get the character. They don't get the characters that they want to see in the game.
it's absolutely ridiculous. I think we need like what they need to do. The new character, what I'm going to call a new character, characters like Rashid and Luke. I'll let it's fine, but because I didn't play 5, so to me they're new. I know they're not new. I understand that for anybody in the chat, that for anyone watching that decides to say that they're not new, I understand this.
Right.
I just never played 5. So my first time experiencing them is in 6. So, for returning characters, I think for season pass 2, we really should have had Vega here to close out instead of Elena because it just feels like that kind of felt weak. And again, we really should have had, or at least they should have dropped Ingrid for this pass and do a strong season pass 3. But this is not the case. They decided, hey, let's throw Ingrid in here. Why is
And
she
it's
here?
like,
What is she going to be doing? What is the purpose of her?
here's where you really gotta put the narrative out there. Okay, why is
Yeah,
Ingrid even a thing you're if the game that she was featured in was not even released in the US in the first place? But you're trying to
exactly.
make her a canonized character in the Street Fighter universe, which she's never appeared in the Street Fighter game outside of Alpha 3 Max. I
Right.
mean, come on, let's keep it real. If y'all wanted to really implement a character in, you got so many characters you could choose from.
You could have
Rolento,
given
Maki.
us our Mika.
I mean,
Yoon, Yang,
like, there was so many.
I don't know, be creative. Let's see. Relento, Poison, Hugo, shit, guys missing.
Like, be creative with everything that you do. I mean,
Yeah.
is that too hard to ask for a
It,
little creativity?
just yeah, just a little bit. Like we just want to see that you're actually trying. We we're looking we care a lot, Capcom, and we really need a stronger season. And
We need
please,
better implementation
please,
than
we
what's being
appreciate
done.
what you do. We don't want to see anything fall. We really want to see a strong season 4. Please do not have any guest characters, or if you do this, here's an idea. Maybe instead of adding them as a part of the paid pass, we can do a free version that will, like, a free update. Here's a guest character. Okay, but for the paid people, we want to see, Street Fighter characters. I give you guys props. You gave us Sagat, you gave us Viper, and you gave us Alex. Okay. That's fine. Season Pass 2, you gave us Bison. We knew that. You gave us Elena. Elena's probably the weakest choice to close out a pass with. I think going back to my point here, should have been Vega,
Mm-hmm.
but
Or Balrog, one of the two would have been
you're
perfect.
right, or Balrog, one of the two, because
Because
this
you have
is
two of the four Shadow Loop bosses. Where's the other two?
you're right. It just you can't have two and not the other two.
It
And
almost feels like did
what's
y'all
going on?
even
And here's the other
remotely?
thing. What about Neo Shadowloo? Who's the rest that should be added with Ed?
So if we went there, I
Which,
mean, hell,
which is
you
what
got
they should
Seth
do.
and a host of other people.
If we went there, who did you say?
There is Seth, that's Neo Shadowloo,
Okay,
and
perfect.
literally a couple of other characters that I'm gonna showcase when I go live with five,
Okay,
and
good.
I'm gonna really go in and show y'all the screenshot when it comes down.
I mean, because my point here, we had 18 characters here to start, which we really should have. Capcom, you really should have held off a year and released it in 24 and gave it us like 25 to start.
Because if I'm not mistaken, and I looked this up just recently, five had like 16 base characters.
Yeah,
Standard 4 had 25 base characters before everybody else got included in. Make it
exactly.
make sense.
Exactly. Well, yeah, so it's just it's obnoxious, I feel. This is not something that needs to be, and please, can we not make this a damn habit of adding cast characters where they don't need to be in said game? This is not a cross game. This is Street Fighter. You might as well call this Capcom Fighting All Stars or something if you're gonna go that route. Do something like if you're gonna go a Smash Brothers y kind of thing, then don't kind of retire the Street Fighter name if you're going to do that. But you have so much lore here that you should be
using.
using. So,
And then on top of all
Final
that,
Fight,
it feels like,
Rival School,
and then
Street
it feels
Fighter.
like this is another thing that needs to be addressed with this whole outlook too. Is why are we putting storyline stuff that doesn't fit the narrative of the game? I mean,
Yeah,
let's be honest. Why are
exactly.
we putting my storyline tied to quote unquote E Honda?
Yeah,
If
it
y'all was
really doesn't
really
make sense.
thinking, why is City of the Wolves a better storyline dialogue and they getting the storyline right where Mai and Chun Li are together, but
Right.
y'all don't do that same exact thing?
Yeah, it's really
It feels
ridiculous.
pointless to do a storyline and characters don't fit the narrative.
Yeah, it's just really stupid. Like,
It makes no sense whatsoever to have a storyline and no dialogue.
where's Poison? Where's Rolento? Where's Hugo? What are they doing? Like, there's certain questions here. Like, if you're gonna do like a Geef based thing, you might as well just add Hugo as well. You should add Poison and Rolento in here because you give some Final Fight representation. We need this. We need characters in house. So we need Dan even. Like we need. God, who am I missing? Uh, Sakura. We are or, like. Yeah. How about Cody? Put him on the roster. And Guy. Like, I mean, if you want to go as far back as Street Fighter One, add Joe for all I care. You got to start adding in
Implement
universe.
something that makes the game feel important to the fan base.
In universe, yes. I understand they're probably stalling to some degree to Capcom's credit here. All right. Maybe you're waiting for that Street Fighter movie to drop so that you can come out with a strong season for that. Okay. I'll give them a little leeway with that. But maybe in the meantime, can we not add guest characters? It's really annoying. You know, let's add let's bring in Seth. Like, why is he missing?
Exactly.
It, was there
There's
did do
no
as
excuses.
far as you know, did you see any reason for them to say, "Hey, we're not going to add him in 6?" I mean, did you see any reason for that? Because I didn't.
Nah, I didn't see no reason.
I feel like there needs to be something that they should do to. And Goken's missing, Gen's missing. Like, what are we doing? Okay, you can use the excuse Gen died. Okay, fine. You can go, he was in another tournament and died in the other tournament. Okay, fine. You don't have to say what tournament. You just kill him off screen. That's fine. He may not be that important. That's okay. But I mean, chat, if you have any ideas, please let us know because this is
Like
crazy. We need some
these
help
days,
here. They
like
they need to start being serious about their content. It's just ridiculous. But I don't know. Like there needs to be some. They need some help.
there has to
Uh,
be some sort of implementation to bring to the table.
I'm not completely against guest characters as long as it makes sense. Tifa does not make sense. Terry and Mai, not exactly. But whatever. Like, that should have been a free update, in my opinion. And then it should have been Bison, Elena, Vega, Bullrog. And then plus two is a free update.
Mm-hmm.
That would have been strong, okay? I get it. Maybe they're doing the boss character thing one per season, okay? But then you know, then why did Bison come out first?
Like
Ah,
for you to have Bison as the very first piece of the season 2, cool. But I would have at least did the split of 3 Street Fighter characters to 1 guest character. I mean,
no,
is it that
don't
hard
entertain it,
to?
please. Don't entertain that guest shit.
No, what I'm saying is it hard to implement instead of you implementing 2 guest characters in the same cast? You could have implemented 3 strong Street Fighter based characters to the fan base. And if your guest character was a thing, okay, I could see you pulling somebody from rival schools, pulling somebody from Final Fight as
Okay,
a
yes, stay in the universe.
obvious
Stay in the universe.
choice,
Yes.
as an obvious choice. But
Stay
why
in
are
the
you
universe.
pulling from the
Exactly.
narrative of SNK if you're not helping them trying to build their fan base for their game? I mean,
Yeah.
don't get me wrong. It's like you have to you have to observe certain things, Capcom, before you react and give it to the fan base.
Now, on one hand, okay, maybe they were thinking that that it would have worked this way with the 4 thing. Well, it's not obviously because you guys keep adding a guest character in the season. Now, if you guys just do the free update and do Street Fighter Rival School or something, and then do or Street Fighter Final Fight Rival School or Final Fight. That's fine because that's into the universe. As soon as Tifa Lockhart, why are we doing that? Where does she fit?
It's
How does
like,
she fit? Why is she going to be here?
and
If
let
this
me
is what it's going to be,
and let
what
me
is going to
be
be?
serious with one thing. A Capcom. If we're really thinking about this respectfully here, the
What's Square
fans
Enix going to do
have
for
been
you?
trying desperately to get Tifa Lockhart involved in a Tekken game. What makes you think Square Enix is going to pull the trigger and give Tifa Lockhart to y'all and not give them and not tell y'all, oh, we want this character from Final Fantasy 16 in your game, but not the character that fans want.
Yeah, but it just
I'm
there
just being
should be no
honest
guest
because
characters like that. What is this? Smash Brothers?
And I mean, not to say that it's not Smash Brothers or anything like that,
Might as well
but
be
let's
if you're
be
treating it that
completely
way.
honest.
Like I said, it's almost like you're calling it Capcom Fighting All Stars or something, or like a Brawlhalla or a Multiverses. Why are we doing that? What? How does this make sense?
Like, tell me, how does this all fit the narrative of what you are trying to build?
Yeah, it's just really off the wall
It's
here.
kind of confusing to fans that you are not giving them exactly what they want.
Exactly.
But
I
fans,
really,
like a lot of YouTubers, are trying their best to grasp why are we doing these characters instead of doing fan favorite characters that's been a staple in your game.
you know, like I will let Fei Long slide because I heard that that there's an issue behind the character. That's fine. But what about T Hawk? What about Saddam? What about um who am I missing here? Oh, uh, like
We have literally
what about Charlie? You got the meme with him all the time. Like you already made him look like a clown coming back in five and killed off again. What was the point of that? So it's like if we're gonna make characters are a meme, like at least bring back a meme-ish character. What happened with Dan? What's he doing? Like these are characters I would like to see. Now, is this everybody? Probably not. This is me.
I
My
mean, there are a lot of characters that should be implemented in the game as a whole. And
what I
I'm
would
not
like
trying to knock or say the obvious, but
like
come
if you
on,
had to give your
Capcom.
wish list,
Let's get this together.
like if you had to give a wish list right now, four characters a pass, what would you do right now? Boom.
Balrog, Vega, Sakura, Arminka.
Okay. Pass after that. What would you do?
Literally, if I had to do the second pass, I would basically say, okay, let's implement a new face to the game, hand created by us, that the fans could resonate with, just like you did Aki and the other characters you implemented in the game, like a brand new face that's never been introduced to the Street Fighter universe. Then we can say, okay, Seth and literally Makoto and Ibuki.
Okay.
No matter what this new face to the game is, if you're bringing in at least a new face to the series that nobody's never heard of, you can get people implemented into the game.
Or have heard of but never got to use because they never owned five or whatever. Bring some more characters
Exactly.
from five. What's the problem? Like, what's the issue? There's like how many characters in five that are not even on this roster?
Out of the 40 characters that's in five, at least a good 15 to 20 ain't even introduced into the game. I mean, hell, let's go into five and look at one in particular that you haven't even highlighted for potential comeback in six, Laura.
Yeah.
Where is the implementation of Laura in Street Fighter 6? Where is Manat's character? You bought Akira from rival schools in 5. I mean, you bought Ed in 5. You bought You bought Urian into 5. You bought Gil into 5. Like, where are these characters when needed?
Yeah. So now that my question also comes is, at least add Manat and Q and Vega and do Vega Makoto Manat Q. What's the problem? Like, I'm trying to understand what their logic is.
Like, and for you keeping so hush hush, Capcom, that's what's killing a lot of the fan base as a whole right now. You are
Yeah, that's why
so
people
hush
like me
hush
are
and
just off
quiet,
the game a lot,
and you wonder why you don't have nobody interacting with your game because
or
of
very
this
few, or the
reason.
numbers are lower than you want.
You don't interact with your fan base enough to even remotely tell them, here, hey, we're working on season pass 4. Stay tuned for more information.
Yeah, and I understand, to the benefit of their doubt, it takes them longer to get them into the RE engine creatively. Okay, that's fine. I understand that. But then if you know that, shouldn't you immediately start working on all of these characters that instead of just waiting until you release the final
Exactly.
character? Like, why would you wait until you release Ingrid to start working on whatever season 4 is going to be?
Exactly.
Or as they title it, Year 4. However you want to title it, Season 4, Year 4, Season 5, Year 5. I don't care.
Like, you have to be more open to the narrative of, okay, give your fan base some sort of information, but don't leak too much to where it's going to come back to bite you.
Where's DiCaprio? Like, what happened with that? Like, where's Yoon and Yang? Watch this. DiCaprio, Yoon, Yang, and Vega.
Hmm.
Yeah, I know. Look at me just throwing. I understand though. Maybe you can't do that specifically. Maybe there's right problems. Maybe there's maybe there's the um it's something similar to the Fei Long issue. Maybe, or maybe maybe they just can't transfer them to this particular engine quick enough. That's fine too. But then why don't we do this? For the rest of the Bison crew, okay? Why don't we do Julie, Junie, and Minette? And Julie, Junie, and DiCaprio as 3, okay? And then you add Vega.
Hmm.
We know damn well that that's easy to do. 3
Mm-hmm.
of which you already have the move set in the game. It's the same move set. They're just Cammy, basically.
All you're doing is just touching up the way that they
Yeah.
played in their previous
Maybe
title.
remove a move and add and change up how a move works or two, but it's the down forward's the same, the up kick's the same. Who cares? Okay, the
Mm-hmm.
special the super and whatnot is literally the same motion.
Like, nothing doesn't change.
Yeah, I don't see why that we have to why it's got to be that way. It's just so weird.
And contrary to belief is that you have to implement something. You have to be more vocal with your fan base.
Yeah,
And if you're not vocal with your fan base, I don't know what to tell you.
Capcom just needs to do something because it's just a little ridiculous.
I mean, I understand y'all have y'all clear cut titles that's sellable and all that stuff, but don't neglect your biggest fighting game title for other things.
Exactly.
Like, I understand Resident Evil, I understand Pragmata, which just came out. Dang on the Darkstalkers and all that. You're trying to bring that back to the forefront, but let's be real. Street Fighter is your pride and joy. If you're not giving your pride and joy the same amount of love and attention like you do your other titles, you miss the plot.
Yeah, then it's like, what are you doing?
Like you
Absolutely.
miss the plot.
Yeah, it's just the definition of a complete mess. Ever since season 2, it's been a mess. They need to have. They need to stop this guest character stuff and just go with what your universe is. You made the impact to even show Metro City as a whole and what's in that universe, and yet and still you choose not to use it. It drives me nuts.
It mind boggles me
Yeah,
to the point where how are we remotely accurately putting this in perspective every year, only
exactly.
to see and hear from the fan base that wants these other characters implemented, and you don't listen to them at all. It's almost like you don't care about the fan base at all.
Yeah,
You care about what brings money to your
they
pockets.
yeah, yep. They care about the crossovers. That's all they care about.
Because if you care about what brings money to your pockets, you can't attract their fan base if you're not willing to give your own fan base the attention, the characters that they deserve.
Exactly.
Just being honest, because I sit here as a diehard fighting game fan that loves all these titles, but yet where is the clear cut result for what needs to be brought to the
Exactly.
table?
And it's obnoxious. It's just upsetting. Like, and we just need to seriously do something in the wings, and it's just hopefully we can get to the bottom of this soon. But for now,
Mm-hmm.
I think we got what we needed to say.
Exactly. So
And
if you're listening, Capcom, just do what is necessary for your game and entertain the fan base that wants the characters needed in the game. Let's
uh,
not do all this guesswork and trying to get SNK sales, this and third, because it felt like to me when you brought Terry and Mai into the game and then you gave SNK Ken Masters and Chun Li, you basically hurt yourself in the foot by
yeah,
giving them two characters in as a whole, and now y'all looking at this as a bad move because guess what? What is the game that's selling more than your game?
Exactly.
City of the Wolves.
Yeah.
Let that sink in for a minute there because I'm looking at this and why City of Wolves is doing so good. Oh, everybody wants to play as Chun-Li and Mai to see the infamous interaction that is making that game relevant. It's
Yeah.
like their team over there at SNK did more for Street Fighter characters than you do your own characters.
Yeah, and here's the thing though. Street Fighter was not meant to really do much of crossover or anything. Okay? They weren't. You know, you ruined your relationship with Marvel to do a Marvel versus Capcom crossover, which is obnoxious because that works really well together. And now you're just looking at it from a $30 money tag.
And it's almost like when you think about it, okay, and I'm keeping it all the way 100 here for a reason because this is my thing about it. You think about how many people are diving into games and really liking what they see, all that good stuff. But here we are at the pinnacle of gaming. But here's the narrative that we see. Are we feeding the fans or are we feeding our greedy little pockets?
Yeah. But that's all I think we need to say on this
Yep.
episode here. If anybody is looking to, please sub to my channel. Please sub to Chaotic Gaming because currently changed the name to.
And here's the thing. I'm going to explain this like this. The Syndicate HQ channel is the primary source of everything for the brother channels, gaming, production, and the podcast, which anybody who wants to see replays moving forward or what I do with Darth on his channel and gaming content wise, you can find it over here on this channel or you can find it on the replay channel Gaming Syndicate
yeah,
Gaming.
yeah. So definitely
I will link everything
subscribe
in
to
the
all his
comment
channels.
section after this is all said and done, ladies and gentlemen. So stay tuned and see all that.
All right, I think we are good to go.
Yep.
All right, how do I end this here? Just hit the X then, dude.
Yep.
Okay.